In today's episode, I talk with top earner Samantha Gomes with Modern Nature Company. She is in a network marketing company and she's making over six figures. She's 24 years old and she is just crushing it. And in today's episode, she's going to share her mindset, her tips, her tools for how she's manifesting this reality for herself. I'm so excited for you to listen to it. If you are trying to manifest your entrepreneurship, this is a really, really great episode for you to listen to. And before we dive in, I wanted to share with you that I have a freebie library on my website for you. It's a free resource library where you can dive into some more tools that I have for you. I have affirmations, I have meditations, I have hypnosis, I have workshops. There's so much available at your fingertips with manifestwithash.com. So go check it out. I will link it up in the show notes for you to have access to the freebie library, or you can just go to my website, manifestwithash.com, and get in on the goods. Enjoy today's episode. Welcome to the Badass Manifester podcast, keeping you inspired with high vibe content, bringing you the best manifestation and mindset tools, teachings, interviews, and answering questions to help empower you to get out of your own way and take massive action to make magic your everyday normal. I'm your host, Ashley Gordon, spiritual life and manifestation coach, helping women and spiritual entrepreneurs manifest more impact, influence, and income. It is my purpose and pleasure to help you wake up to the badass creator that you are. Let's do this. What's up, guys? Hey, on Facebook and on the podcast. I'm so excited to be live today with the amazing Samantha Gomes. Today, I'm interviewing Sam. She is an executive director and six-figure income earner with Modern Nature, which is a badass, amazing shampoo, hair care company in general. I mean, she'll tell you all about it. And I'm so happy to have her here because I follow you on Instagram. I coach a lot of your girls on your team, and they rave about you and your leadership and how far you've come in literally under 2 years. You went from being in college to literally being full-time in this business. And I can't wait to just share you with our community and kind of hear how you did it. Welcome.
So flattered. Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, so excited. So just to start, kind of give us a little bit of a background on well, first I have to ask you, what makes you a badass manifester?
Oh gosh. I guess badass, let's break it into 2 words, I guess. So for badass, as far as my business goes, I don't hold back. It is full throttle all the time. I don't take no for an answer. And I kind of use my struggles to push me forward in my business and to never give up. Manifester, it's funny, we were just talking about this. I never really was super into manifesting or knew exactly what it was. But now I know that anything that you want, you can write down, you can look at it every day, you can practice it, and you can have it in your future. So I like to practice that in my business daily as well.
That's awesome. And you do that. You've done that without even knowing it.
Without even knowing, honestly.
You're just naturally a badass manifester. So good. So share how you started, how you found out about Monat. We were talking about this earlier. I'm is it Monat? Is it Monet? Money.
You'll get it, Ashley. You'll get it one day.
I'll get it.
She uses the products, but
oh yeah, I use the products. I love them. So tell me how you found out about it. Just share a little bit about how you got started.
Yeah. So I was in college, senior in college, I was super busy. And my whole, since I was 15, since you're not even allowed to work in the restaurant or bars, I was working because I had to pay for all my own things and stuff like that. But coming up to graduation and not really knowing exactly what I wanted. So I've always wanted to be successful. I've always wanted to make a lot of money and kind of be an entrepreneur, but I just didn't know what my next step was, where I was going to go. I was burnt out from the bar. Can I tell you that? I was getting home at 3 a.m. and then waking up and going to class every day and things like that, just trying to get by. It's great money, but it's very tiring and hard on your body. So I was talking to a friend and I was like, I want to work from home. I literally Googled it, and all you can find is like, pay for ads on Facebook, click my ad, and that's how you do it. So a week later, she actually came to me and she's like, hey, a friend of mine sells these products and they're amazing. I love them. And she makes a lot of money doing it. And I was like, okay, like, so she put me in contact with this girl, and her name's Jacqueline, and she messaged me and she's like, hey, if you want, we can get on the phone tomorrow and talk about this opportunity. And to be honest, anytime before I would have probably said no, because that's just scary, kind of, I think, to step out of your comfort zone and get on the phone with a stranger.
Sure.
And talk about something you have no idea about, but it was the best thing I could have ever said yes to. So we talked for an hour that day, instantly clicked, and I was like, I'm going for it. Signed up an hour later.
Sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine.
Yeah. It's just like checking us to see if anyone was watching on Facebook. That's amazing. So you just like talked to her, you said yes, and then you started right off the bat. You just kind of went for it.
Yeah. So I signed up that day, to be honest with you. A lot of people sit on this opportunity. I'll talk to some people for a year before they take the step and join. I just knew that since I was looking for something like that, and then I was manifesting it, I guess.
You were.
And then it literally presented itself to me. And I just knew that I had to take a shot at it. Everything she was saying was kind of aligning with what I wanted. And she actually came from a job that I thought I wanted after college. And I was like, maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be, let me see what this is about. So my initial reasoning was like, okay, I'll just do this until I'm done with college. I have 5 months to go, make some extra money from my phone and be able to quit at the bar. And it turned into something that here I am now. So.
Yeah. And so for people that are listening that they have no idea what this company is, can you just explain a little bit about what the company is? And
yeah, so we're a direct sales company. It's called Modern Nature, and we have a full line of naturally based hair care products. So men's, children's, women's,
pets.
And pets. We now have a pet line, which is amazing. So they're really they have taken it to the next level. We have a lot of scientists, dermatologists, world-renowned, like scalp doctors that formulate these products and test them. And it's just really combining science with nature and figuring out what the hair and scalp truly need in order to grow, to be shiny, to have more hair density and things like that. So it's different because you're not going to find anything else like it on the market. Yeah. And that's kind of what I love about it, because every day we get to introduce a new person to something they might not ever heard of before, and they're loving it. So it works.
And you can't find it in the stores, which makes it even more exclusive and special, in my opinion.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, oh, it must, why isn't it sold in the stores? And it's because, our ingredients are expensive. When you have a middleman as Target or Ulta or Sephora, they mark up the prices. They have to have a middleman to, put that product. If we sold in stores, our product would cost $100 a bottle.
Wow. Wow.
So
yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
We are here. We're trained on the products. We know the products. We help you with your hair needs. And then the company ships you the product directly from our warehouse. So there's no contamination, nothing like that.
Awesome. And I think it's important to kind of say, because just to go back to you, being in college, working in the bar, and most of you watching or listening don't know, but Sam is 9 months pregnant right now. Mm-hmm. And you're very young, for the amount of success that you have, right? You're 24 years old. I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's my life, because if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have been like, no way.
Right.
No way.
Would you say that, I think a lot of people get caught up in direct marketing, and they go immediately to oh, that's a pyramid scheme.
So sometimes I even struggle with what to say to people when they ask me to do what I do for work, because I don't want them to automatically have a picture painted in their head that what I do is not real, or isn't hard work or isn't a business.
Meanwhile, your bank account is very real.
Yeah, it's very real. The income, all of it's super real. But I think that people have just heard down the line, from their grandparents and their parents, oh, that's a pyramid scheme, because they've seen, companies go under and all this kind of stuff. What I want people to know, first of all, is a pyramid scheme is illegal. And in my company specifically, I can't really talk about any others because this is the first network marketing company I've ever been in, is that you can make more than the person who signed you up if you're willing to work harder than them. And I think people mix up the word like pyramid scheme versus pyramid structure. And
that's a great point.
How many companies truly do have the structure of a pyramid when you're looking at it? Like if you can break down your structure of your corporate job, you will most likely see it in a pyramid structure. That's not to say that your company isn't great and it isn't, legal. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. And like you said, like, in the past, those companies have gone down or whatever, but any company could go down, number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, you're operating from like what your mom and dad have taught you or told you like from the past. And it's just amazing to me how much possibility people cut off for themselves when they're just not even like, open to the idea.
I don't think people are open to learning about it. Since we do so much on social media and we sell our product on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, it's easy to get attacked that way because they're seeing it a lot. Mm-hmm. But I just think if people say pyramid scheme, I'm going to ask you, what is a pyramid scheme? So I hope you know.
Yeah, I love that you ask them. You're like, what is it? You just go right in for it. Like that's the badass part of you. That's like, nope, I'm going to cut right through this. So good. So I think what's really interesting and different about Modern Nature is the way that the marketing is done. It's different than I feel like a lot of other network marketing companies because it's like influencer based.
Right.
Can you speak a little bit about that? Like what they were going for with the influencer like marketing?
So our company is family owned and they're super I don't know. They don't want to have a spammy reps or have anyone like down your throat about their product and things like that. Cause I think the product speaks for itself. But in another sense, we have a team that has kind of figured out what works and what doesn't work. Right. So when you get a long message in your Instagram or something and it comes off salesy, it's a turnoff. Right. So we took that, what we don't want and we don't necessarily like to see. And as a team, from the start, from when I started this business, have created more of a pull marketing rather than a push marketing. And you kind of have to think, what do people want to see? What is Instagram turning into? It's influencers. It's people sharing what they love and then other people buying it. I could post a picture of my shirt and have 5 people ask me, hey, where'd you get that?
Right. It's the same.
You're selling and you don't even know it.
And people need to realize like every single thing you've ever bought has been sold to you on some level. Like you've bought everything.
Right. And so when I hear like, I don't want to be a salesperson, neither do I, I don't want to make someone feel pressured to buy my product or anything like that. But hey, I love this product. This is what it's done for me and my friends and my clients.
Right.
And if you want help with your hair, let me know and I've got you.
I love that because I feel like that's probably one of the biggest objections that you get from people when they are thinking about joining the business, but they're like, I'm not good at sales.
Me either.
So how did you do it? Like, how did you create the success that you have today? Like, so let's go back, a year
beginning.
and a half, some more ago. Like what was how did you start?
To be honest, like if anyone's watching this that is in network marketing or in my company in general, I dove right in. I'm kind of someone who's super competitive and I wanted to get all the bonuses and I wanted to see how far I could push myself. So I truly ran with the company and did all the things that I had to do. And in the beginning, I might have not done it the right way. And I was like sharing too much or doing too much of everything. And so I think as you grow with the company, you learn what do people want to see, and how should I lead my team, and how should I teach them to do things. So, I started and I was seeing the results right away. And then when I started growing my team, I had to kind of say, okay, how do I teach what I just did to all these people, and that was kind of where I had to figure out what kind of leader I needed to be. And because you can't just sign someone up and expect them to know what they're doing. And thank God no one did that to me, because I had never been in this business before. And a lot of people are scared to jump in because they're like, I have no idea what I would even be doing. And it's like, look, you'll have more training than you even need.
I'm going to help you. But it's funny because I used to buy oils from doTERRA, which is a network marketing company, which most people don't realize that is. And, the person that got me started on the oils is like, okay, you're going to get your oils in the mail. I didn't sell them, but I could have from the position I was in. She's like, you're going to get your oils in the mail, and it's going to be like a spaceship, and you're not going to know how to run the spaceship. You're not going to know how to fly the spaceship. So I'm going to teach you how to run the spaceship. Like, it's like foreign,
And the thing with network marketing is, and you can probably see this with every single company, there's a structure to it, right? And what I say to people is, hey, don't try to recreate the wheel. We have a structure to work with. I just want you to add your personal touches into it, your personal story and your personal brand, to make it your own business.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's also where a lot of people get lost, especially because they look at the really successful people and they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to do exactly what she does. So then they have like this imposter syndrome going on, and they're like, I don't know who I am authentically, but I'm just going to post what she's posting because it's working for her.
And when I get that question a lot, what did you do? I tell them exactly what I told you, because there's not one secret sauce to this business. Do you know how many times I tried to put something in a place and it didn't necessarily work the way I wanted it to work, and I had to change it up and things like that? So it's really just about, not getting discouraged because you get a no, or not getting discouraged because you're not seeing instant results. I think that's an issue with our generation, is that we expect everything at the snap of our fingers.
And that's for any business. Like, it doesn't matter if you're listening and you're network marketing, or you're a coach, or you're a brick and mortar business owner. It's the same thing. It's like, Don Ruiz Miguel, he wrote a book, 4 Agreements. The first agreement is, or one of the agreements is, don't take anything personally, right? So how was that for you when you first started? Did you struggle with that at all? Like, if you got a no, did you make it mean you weren't good enough, or like, what was your mental?
So I think, definitely it's scary. And I took more personally what people were saying about what I was doing, I think, rather than getting no's, because the thing with me is, a no doesn't feel great. It doesn't help. But in the beginning, I was working so hard that when someone said no, it's like I had other people that were going to say yes, And so at one aspect, you have to go for the no. And if you're not talking to enough people, that's when you start to get discouraged, because, hey, if you talk to 10 people, 9 of them will say no and 1 might say yes. But if you talk to 50, 100, if you're constantly networking, you're going to get 20 people who sign up, or at least try the product, or at least hear what you have to say about the business. So you have to go for the no, and it's a compound effect. The more people you talk to every single day, the more people who will eventually join your business.
Totally. And I think, like, when you say, you can work harder than the person that signed you up, I listen to that and I hear it, because I try and teach people, you don't have to, you have to work hard, but it doesn't have to be hard. You know what I mean?
I always say this business is simple, but it's not easy. So
right. You're not going to make an easy dollar, but working hard to me is more consistency. Like, the more consistency that you put in, the energy that you put in, it's energetically speaking and manifesting speaking, it's in manifestation, it's creating this vortex of energy that's going to come back at you. It has to.
And one thing, when Ashley did a call for my team, because I said I was never, I didn't really know what manifestation was, even if I was doing it before then, but she made an analogy about this vortex, and the universe never says no. So
Yep.
whatever you put in there, it's constantly saying yes. And that stuck with me so much, because if you're constantly saying, no one's joining my business, no one's buying my product, you know, the universe is going to say, yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Your wish is my command.
Yeah. So just stop with the negative talk and go do the work. If you're doing all the work, all of it, like every day for a year,
Yeah.
and then you have no one sign up or join your business, then we can talk.
Right. Then we should really, then you
So
should
we need to figure out what's going on.
For sure. For sure. So when you first started, what would you say is like one thing that you knew was not working for you in like your sales technique, and one thing that you say 100% was working for you?
That's hard.
Or even now, like what do you know like works?
Okay, what I know works, because I've done it and I've tried it and I've watched my engagement and things like that. Solely posting about your products or your business does not work.
No,
Okay?
thank you.
Please stop.
Yes,
Please
yes.
stop. You are you. Before this business, before any business you were in, you were somebody else who people know, liked, and trust. You had other hobbies. You had other things that you would recommend. Keep doing that. Mm-hmm. If you love to work out, give us some workout videos, give us some workout tips. And then when you're like recommending other products and things that you love on a daily basis, why would you not recommend your favorite oils or your favorite hair care, or your favorite protein shake? So you really need to be someone that is an influencer and truly from your heart recommending things to people that you love and you trust in.
Yeah. And then also, so that doesn't.
So I feel like we could flip that and say what does work.
Yeah. So sharing.
And what does work is sharing your personal story, your personal brand, your heart, and having a story about your product and your success, or in a business, or what you're doing in your journey throughout a business. Because some people sign up and they say, well, I haven't made any money, or I don't have the car yet. I haven't been able to do all this stuff. Take us on a journey to when you're going to get that. Take us through what you do now and
I love that. Like document it. Like today I feel defeated, but I know that my vision is bigger than my doubts, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and then that resonates with people, because how often are people scrolling on Instagram that feel defeated? It's just
because it's fake, a lot of it.
Totally. And so I like keeping it real, keeping it grounded in who you are, keeping it in your, sharing your story and sharing your heart. I love that. Would you say in the beginning, did you ever get lost in comparison?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, to the point where I was like looking at the girls who are at the top and the top income earners and stuff like that, and saying I could never get there.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was honestly in the plans for me. Like I would watch, her name's Kendall. She's like the number 4 income earner in our company. And she's like my age too, 25 or something.
Wow.
I was like, I'll never get there. I'll never get the car. I'll never get the 6-figure, I'll never get those big checks.
Right.
And I don't know, it happened so quick, so you definitely can compare yourself. And even now there's girls who, maybe in the beginning I was doing, I guess, better as far as you could say, like ranks and stuff like that. Right. And maybe in the last couple months they've surpassed me, and you kind of have to take a step back and be like, good for them. Like,
right.
Okay, now I need to look in the mirror and see what my 24 hours are consisted of, and see if there's anything in there that I can fix. So I like to compete with myself a lot of times when I get thrown like a tough, let's say a lot of things are going wrong, right? Mm-hmm. My biggest fear is failure. So I will start back at zero, go to the drawing board and reconstruct my whole business before I will ever think about quitting.
Wow. That is, everyone, did you hear that? Like, did you hear that? That is so good. Like, she's not going to quit. That's the bottom line. Like, if you start something and you're not seeing the results that you want, I would say, I don't know, maybe 95% of people would quit. And then you wonder why there's a smaller percentage of millionaires in the world, but there's more millionaires in the world now than there's ever been, because I think people are doing the inner work. They're learning about the power that they have within them, and, they're going for it. That's awesome.
Truly. Yeah.
Question for you was, it was on that. It was like when you are feeling defeated. Oh, okay. If you were brand new again, right? Like, and you were going back to the drawing board for someone that's brand new. I know there's people that sign up every day, that are joining in on this company and starting other companies. What would you do? Would you reach out to the people that you know, or like cold message? Like, what do you do?
So I definitely think people forget their warm market 100%. You know, you already have a connection built with these people. There's already a relationship. As far as cold messaging goes, a long spammy message isn't going to get you anywhere, guys.
Hey girl. Hey girl.
Do you want my 30 days like free? No, like you guys need to build connections with people. You're not just trying to get a quick sale. This is a long-term relationship, because if they do join your team down the road, you want a strong connection with them. You want to be able to feel like you can pick up the phone and call them and things like that. So don't neglect the power of the relationship. But if I started my business today, specifically speaking about my company and products, I would have my hands in as many heads of hair that I can wash as possible to get these results in people, like real life results. You know, you wash their hair and they're like, wow, okay, I need this. I would talk to more people in person. That's kind of one thing I struggle with. It's hard for me to strike up a conversation about the business or products because I don't want to feel like I'm bothering anyone or things like that. So that's something I need to work on. But also, you guys, don't Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and there is so much room for growth there. Yeah. By sharing your story on your own page, and as well as connecting with other people who have the same interests as you, you can reach so many people. There's 500 million or something crazy like that people active on Instagram stories every single day.
Every day.
And like, you tell me you run out of leads. There's no way that you can run out of leads when there's that many people on a free platform that you don't have to pay advertising for. So invest in some coaching, invest in, you know, learning how Instagram works or how like attraction marketing works. So you can start getting real life leads through Instagram.
And what I find too is like investing in getting your mindset right as well, because I mean, that's really what I teach, and you know that, but it's like, when it comes to the warm market for people when they start, I think that's where a lot of the limitations show up, because they're like, oh, well, what are they going to think if I'm like in this network marketing company, or what are they going to think, you know, blah, 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 blah. And like all the stories start to go off.
And I can tell you from experience is that a lot of your warm market will be the first people to tell you that this is a stupid idea, or that, you know, they don't want your pyramid scheme product.
Right. And I would be like, yeah. Just come over. Let me wash your hair.
100%. And I think a lot of times that's where people get this idea that network marketing doesn't work, right? So you have this person who's super excited. She signs up. She wants to sell her products. So she posts on social media and she does all the things, and she instantly gets rejected and turned down by people, and she quits. Yeah. So then she goes and says, this doesn't work. There's no money to be made, et cetera, et cetera.
Totally. And it's true for my business too. Like when I first started, I wasn't an online coach. I have an office locally where I live, and I was coaching people to my warm market, like my network, because I'm also a yoga teacher and I have a big community of people here. And so that's how I started. And then one day I got an inquiry from like India of someone that wanted to like coach with me. And then another one came in from Canada, and then another one and I was like, oh my God, online is the way to go. Like there's just an unlimited amount of people that you can help.
It's insane. Yeah.
And I couldn't just like, let's just say I had this program and it was an amazing program, but you didn't know me from Joe Schmo. And I show up online and I share my program, and you're like, I don't know her. Why would I buy your program? It's the same thing with shampoo. Like, it's like, I don't know you at all. Why would I buy anything from you?
Right.
So you have to like build that trust factor.
Yeah. And even if it's just you showing your face on your Instagram, or doing a live, or speaking to your camera to let people know, hey, I'm real.
Right.
Changes everything. You have to show your funny, quirky, weird sides as much as you show your business and your products and the all put together sides, I think.
So true. It's so true. So as you started to really grow, and like when did you have a moment of like, oh my God, like I'm making a lot of money and I'm helping a lot of people and I'm a leader. Like, did that ever hit you? Like, is it hitting you?
There was one rank that I hit. It's called Associate Executive Director. There's 3 tiers of directors. There's Associate Executive, and then Senior Executive. And the day that I hit Associate Executive Director, like I truly dropped to my knees and was like sobbing, you know? So that was one moment for me. And I truly went to my girls and I was like, we did this, you know, we're a director team now. We have over $500,000 in sales. Like this is insane. And then also 5 months into the company, I hit Market Mentor. So that's where you get your free car. And
Wow.
I got my check the morning that I was graduating college. Same
Oh
day,
my God. I have the chills.
the 15th of December, 2017. And my check was, I don't think I'm allowed to say it on the camera, but it was putting me over $70,000 a year, like monthly average, if that was my average every month.
Sure.
Right. And
you just graduated college.
no, it was that morning. So I went there and I was just sitting in my chair and I'm like, these people are going to settle for, a lot of these people are going to go settle for a job they don't even want and get paid a lot less than me. And I'm here like with an opportunity of a lifetime. And
wow.
That's when I was truly like, okay, time to,
I'm going up, baby.
Yeah. There's no stopping me now.
Wow.
And it hasn't been easy since then. You know, there's been months where I've gone down. There's been months where, you know, I'm like, why is everything going wrong? But like I told you before, guys, like the one way you're going to lose is if you quit. And
totally.
I never would.
And you never would. And look, like, yeah. And now you have like the security to start your family and to be home with your baby. And it's such an amazing thing. So when you were sitting there, have you shared that story on social media, like sitting in your graduation seat? Like
I've said it on a few lives, but I don't know if I've ever written it.
You need to post that on Instagram. That's power. I had the chills. Like that's seriously powerful. Like maybe you have a picture from your graduation day or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would go with your feed, but
I might have to change the preset.
Exactly. I think it's like so easy to look at your profile and look at you online and just think, wow, like she's made it. And, you know, like I'm never going to be where she is, but but everyone listening, you have to realize, especially if you're in the company, like you were that person.
Mm-hmm. I had to hit the first rank. You know, when I got my first $1,000 in sales, I was ecstatic. And I think people do need to like really celebrate those small wins.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Like celebrate it, girl. You got a VIP, you got a market partner. Like that is something to be excited about, but I don't want you to think that's enough. You know, when someone hits their first rank, I'm like, all right, let's go. We're going to the next one, like before the month is over, you know? So don't stop letting your foot off the gas pedal because you hit one milestone. Because when you start to get comfortable there and you start to, you know, not want to head towards the next rank and things like that, that's when you see your business going the opposite direction.
Totally. Yeah.
Like, don't be comfortable with your paycheck. I'm not comfortable with mine.
Right. You don't take it for granted. You're
like
so
sometimes I settle for it and I'm like, okay, I know what's coming next month. I'm fine. But like, no, Sam.
Yeah. Right. Double it. Right. So, what you just said about celebration is such a powerful energy for manifesting, doesn't matter what you're manifesting right now. If you're manifesting your business, your next rank, VIPs, anything, celebration expands the manifestation. So when you do celebrate every little thing, it's important to celebrate it and let that fuel you to keep going because you want to celebrate more and more and more.
So I have a question for you. Can I flip the script real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's say someone's manifesting their rank, right? You know, we like start back every month and they don't get it. What are we celebrating here? Are we celebrating, okay, I did everything that I could, or...
I mean, I think that's a good way to say it, but they're probably going to say, I didn't do everything I could. They're probably going to be really hard on themselves, you know?
Right.
And maybe that will motivate them before. So I think celebrating the things that are actually like
happening.
Would you celebrate not hitting your rank? I don't know.
No. Okay, cool. So it's not always a celebration, but when you do those things, you better celebrate.
I think the celebration in that case would be like, okay, well, what did I do this month? Well, I reached out to 5 new people. I'm just making this up. Like I reached out to 5 new people and I signed up a VIP. Well, celebrate those people and celebrate those things as you do them, like
and then you should also have a list of, hey, what can I work on?
Exactly. And like, how do I want to show up next month? How do I want to show? Like, let it be a way for you to decide how you want to show up even stronger.
Right. And there was since we're talking about like some of my lower points in the business or whatever in my journey so far, there was about a 6-month period where I stayed at the same rank and I was just like stagnant, it wasn't growing. I wasn't seeing any change. And one of my good friends in the business, she's like not on the same team as me, but we're really great friends. She was hitting it every single month, like leveling up. And I was jealous. I was comparing. And then I had myself like a pity party one Sunday night. And the next day I woke up and I was like, I have no idea how hard she works. I don't know what she does daily. So let me break down my calendar and see where I'm lacking and what I'm not doing. And the next month I hit my rank. So guys, like be real with yourself. Ask yourself if you're actually doing the work daily to get where you want to be.
And I think that that's such a good point is like, if you're doing it in your mind, but you're not actually taking action, you're not going to see the result.
I think a lot of people say like, oh, the law of attraction, but they forget the law of action too.
100%. There is a law of action. Like, if you have an inspiration to reach out to someone and then your doubt shows up like, they won't want that. What are you doing? You reach out to them.
Right. And I feel like so many people do that. They have all these great ideas, right? They have their why. They have, I want to go to Australia or whatever. And I don't know if they just get lazy or like just hardships come up, but they'll just let that go. Like stop saying things and not making something out of it.
So how does that work for you? Like have you always been that way? Like you say you want something and then you go after it like hell, right?
So, I mean, being in a mindset of like wanting to be an entrepreneur, you have ideas daily. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to open up a restaurant here. I want to do this or I want to do that. But if you truly sit down and you write down goals that you have by December, by, 6 month, 12 month, whatever it is, I don't want you to just write that down to write it down. I want you to write it down, look at it every single day, say it out loud 3 times, and then put some steps into action to actually get it going. And that's coming from a girl who's kind of lazy. I will sit on the couch and binge Netflix, but I'm getting my crap done in the beginning of the day before I do that.
And having that downtime is really important too. You know what I mean? Like it's not wrong for you to do that. It's actually great for you to do that. But also you're doing that with the satisfaction of knowing that you got done what was on your list.
What was on your plate. And you feel so much better, if it just takes 1 hour of, hey, I'm going to go put my phone in the other room and I'm going to work my business hard. Mm-hmm. You're going to come out every time feeling better. It's just like when you go to the gym, when you said that you had to talk yourself into going, you feel better every single time.
Totally. For sure. Oh my God. So good. So good. And you're right. Law of attraction. Like there's a myth that you could just think it and feel it and not actually do it. No, you have to do it.
Yeah.
How do you?
It's not like I want to be a millionaire, but I'm not going to do anything to get there.
Right. It's just going to fall from the sky. And see, I posted about this yesterday because when you're in alignment and things are happening for you, like, when you had that 6 months of nothing happening, right? You were at the same rank. And then you like let all of your frustration out, which I think is a powerful tool because if you're letting it build up, you're just holding on to that energy and you're not releasing it. So like, you were like, I let it all out. And then the next day I got to work and I ranked up the next month.
Yeah.
So number one, like releasing all of that stuck energy is really important because there's going to be frustrating times, months. You're not going to see movement. You're going to be like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. And I think it's important not to blame other people and to kind of look within and see what you are doing that is not producing. It's so easy to blame other people,
Yeah, in business and in life, right?
And it's so easy to not show up for yourself. Like it blows my mind how every day someone will go to a job, that they're not passionate about, and show up for a boss that doesn't treat them the way they should be treated.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes to being their own boss and showing up for themselves, they let it go so easily. They don't hold themselves to a higher standard.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too recently because, you know, I used to work in a 9-to-5 job before I did real estate, and I was miserable. And I'm like, I can't wait for the day that I can just work from home. Like, I just want to work from home. And then you work from home and you're not getting shit done. You're like,
yeah.
what?
I'll have my girls that quit their jobs to do this full time, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I was getting way more done when I was busy. And I was like, you just have to
I didn't have the time to actually do it. You were finding those pockets of time.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's it's like an oxymoron almost.
I'll have my hands full soon, so I get to know what that feels like.
I know. Like today, she's like, I might go into labor while we're doing this interview. She's like, I'll just sit in it until the interview's over.
I was like, what if my water breaks right now?
Amazing. So are you having a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Oh my God. So awesome.
I can't wait.
So awesome. So what would you want to say to someone who even has been considering joining in the company or just joined? I feel like we've kind of said this already, but like, is there a message that you have for them?
For the person who just joined, like, don't give up on yourself so easily. You know, there's so much opportunity here. There's so many people who have never heard about this product or this business. You know, I go out in public every day, and there's people who have never heard of Monate, and they're based out of Miami, you know, yeah. And we have 6 directors in this state alone. So get out there, talk to people, and don't give up on yourself. Even if you don't have someone above you who is, you know, on the same wavelength as you as far as time commitment and things like that, find someone who is and run with them. For someone who's contemplating joining, I mean, there's no risk here.
Yeah.
You know, we have a 30-day money back guarantee. Just stop caring what people think, because I think that's the main reason why people don't join this business. Mm-hmm. And just take a chance on yourself, because you never know what the hell can come from it.
It's so true. It's so
like you'll never know.
You'll never know.
If you want to join to make $500 extra a month, great. If you want to join to make $10,000 extra a month, we're going to have to put in some work, but great. Like, let's do it.
Yeah. And we talked about that a little bit before, like on Instagram, some people market the company and market it like, you know, like this fantasy luxury life. But in reality, people want to join so they can make $500 more a month on their company. Like one of my really good friends, she's a market partner, and she's like, wow, like I made enough where I can actually redo our bathroom that I wanted to redo for like 5 years since I moved into my house. And that's going to change her freaking life, you know?
Like some people just need to pay their groceries, or they need to pay for their daycare. Apparently daycares are like more than mortgages these days, which is insane. And it's just about those small wins. Like, yeah, the trips are nice, the cars are nice, all this other stuff. But for people who do have a life outside of this, they just want to make life a little bit simpler. They want to put in an hour a day on their phone, on their couch when they get home from work, so they can have less stress in their life.
Yeah, so true. And I'll speak for the products. Like so it was so crazy, because the way that I found out about it was one of my neighbors. She is a market partner, and I was walking my dog, and she was like, my hair was real crazy that day. I have really curly, like kinky, frizzy hair. And I was walking my dog, and I just got out of the shower. So it was like real crazy. And she was like, Ashley, like you should try these products. Like, I think you would really like them. And I'm like, all right. Like I already liked her and trusted her, you know? And so she gave me the samples. I used them, and she's like, do you want them? And you know, I really am the type of person, like I take really good care of myself. I never invested in my hair care. Like I get haircuts every 6 weeks, but I've never bought like really good shampoo and conditioner. I would just buy like Pantene or like Tresemme, which is horrible for your hair. Or like, you know, like whatever CVS has, right? Or I don't know if you have CVS where you are, but
yeah, we do.
Yeah. So it was just like a no brainer for me, because I was like, I want to up level this, and then they're all natural. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I'm so glad I did, you know?
I'm so glad she asked you. That kind of takes a little bit of.
It does. But she was so passionate about it that I was like, and her hair looked great. So I was like, well, okay.
Right. And if someone's like, hey, just try this out. Like, I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
I love that.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. The products are amazing. I mean, I've bleached my hair since I was 15 years old, and you don't have to have like no hair to use these products. Your hair doesn't have to be completely damaged. You know, if you just want a shorter blow dry time, or you want to cut the frizz, or you want to be able to walk out of the hair with natural hair, there's something specific for every type of scalp and every type of hair. And that's why it's important to have a rep that you feel comfortable with, so they can pair you up with the right products for you.
That's so true. And like, you know, just the products alone, I think, speak for themselves. And then the reps that understand like how to use the products and like what to recommend for you, it shows that they care too. And what would you also say to someone who is like, you know, I don't know, like a VIP. So if you're a VIP of the company, can you explain how that works a little bit?
Yeah. So there's two aspects. You know, you're a market partner, which means you use the products, but you also sell them and make an income and things like that. Okay. And then there's VIP products who just use the products. They order whenever they need some new shampoo and conditioner and are happy.
Cool. Because I wanted to be clear that you don't have to join this business and just do the,
oh no,
like I don't sell the products, but I'm a VIP of the product. So
right. So she just uses them. She loves them. She rocks her hair.
Rocks my hair. So any last words of inspiration for any business owner or someone that's in the company? Like what if you have a message? I feel like I know what it is. It's like, you know, just don't quit, right? Like failure, your success is inevitable, right? Because failure is not an option.
Not. For anyone listening, honestly, this is not something I would have said yes to a year ago. It's been really beneficial for me as a person and as a business owner to step out of my comfort zone and to say yes to things that might scare the crap out of me. But after I get off this call, I'm going to feel 100 times better and 100 times, you know, more accomplished. And I might have made a fool of myself, but you're growing every single day, and don't give up. You know, it's the people who work for 4 years without making a profit that are just passionate about what they do. They will take off in year 5. Okay. So stay the course, study your craft, whatever it is, get some coaching, and, you know, the only person who can define your success is you.
So good. So good. And I think that's like, as a leader leading your team, I think that that's a powerful message too, because not only do you build a team and you have people buying your products, but you're also now a leader to the people that are on your team.
Yeah, which is crazy. You know, I've always wanted to be a leader. I'm an athlete my whole life, and, you know, being the captain of the team was something I strived for, because I like to help people and things like that. But it takes work, you know, you have to show up and be that person for other people. And that kind of takes you not taking on other people's energy. You have to worry about yourself first before you can help other people.
Absolutely. And I'm just curious, what did you major in college?
Marketing.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it kind of worked out, but I mean, I have nurses on my team. I have every kind of profession that you could ever imagine. Like we said before, it's just about sharing something you love, and that really shines through.
It really does. And it shines through you so beautifully. I'm so grateful to have you on here. And
oh my gosh, Ashley, you don't know how much this means to me, honestly.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like
excited.
It's so good. It's so good. I know a lot of people on the podcast have heard I was leading a Show Up Like a Boss group coaching program. Mm-hmm. That program was really inspired by your team. Like I led a team call, and I could see where they needed help and what they needed to like shift their mindset into, and how they needed to kind of focus on what they wanted to manifest. And it was really born out of that. So I'm honored to like work with your team too. So it's super cool.
Girl, I can already see it changing them. So
awesome. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. And how can everyone reach out to you if they're interested in the products or interested in the business?
So my name I think you tagged me in this video, so they'll be able to probably hit my name from here. A DM always works, or I'm on Instagram a lot, Samantha Marie Gomes.
Okay, cool.
I'll put that in the comments or something.
Yeah, I'll link you up.
But yeah, I'm always open to talk. No pressure at all. You know, if you just want to pick my brain, ask a few more questions, I'm always available.
So good. Thank you.
Thank
you so much for listening to the Badass Manifestor podcast. I love manifesting Mondays with you, and there's so much more in store right here. The best way to manifest love is to give love. If you loved what you heard today, subscribe to the Badass Manifestor podcast. Leave a review on iTunes. Let me know how much you dig the energy here. All of my social is linked up in the show notes, so screenshot this episode, tag me on Instagram, and let me be part of your real-time journey. For more info on me, feel free to go to my website, manifestwithash.com. Repeat after me. I am my own power source. I am the master of my energy, and I deserve everything that I desire. Go get them.